Hello, everyone, and welcome to Camping with Lenny. In this episode, are you ready for the camping culture? This episode is brought to you by me, Camping with Lenny. Help me create great content by supporting this podcast by buying me a cup of coffee at buymeacoffee.com/campinglenny. Thanks for your support. First of all, I'm actually in the park right now, dead of winter, trying out my new podcasting setup for camping for this upcoming season. So that's why it sounds slightly different than normal. There's wind and all that good stuff. So forgive me because I am trying new things, and the best way to try new things is to be where it's supposed to be, the elements. So let's talk about camping culture. I was trying to figure out how am I gonna be putting this together. I started with a big long script, ideas, but I decided, you know what, I'm gonna tell you how I got into camping and the culture around it and how I was very welcomed. I think that's the best way to start this and explain why I love camping. Okay, let's start from the beginning. I started camping around 2010, 2011. My friends goes camping 3 times a year. And I realized, you know what, I want to try. I haven't really gone camping before. So I decided to ask them, hey, do you mind if I go with you guys for one of your camping trips? Because I want to try because I've never done it before. So they said, yeah, sure. We're going to Pascual Provincial Park in the summer. You're welcome to go. We'll make a big group thing, and we'll be fun. So I was like, perfect. What do I need? That's the first thing I asked them. What do I need? And they're like, we'll have everything. The only thing you have to bring is a tent, a sleeping bag, sleeping pad or an air mattress, and a chair. I'm like, perfect. And a flashlight. Don't forget that. I was like, perfect. So what I did is a month before the camping trip, I decided to go to Canadian Tire and grab everything I need there. So I got a 2-person tent, nothing fancy, and it's literally just one season tent. It's summer, and I ended up getting an air mattress, an air mattress that fits inside a 2-person tent, so it's a single. And sleeping bag, because my sleeping bag that I had was pretty old, so I ended up just grabbing a brand new one, and I ended up getting a chair as well too, and a headlamp. So that was my first equipment I bought with me. The whole thing cost less than $300. It was very cheap. The only thing that I spent extra on is the air mattress part, but the rest of the things I have with me, or it was on sale. It was not like top of the line. It was just perfect. And I started with that, and when the time comes, I asked them, what do you need for me to bring? They told me just bring your beer, and we'll take care of the rest. So I'm like, perfect. So it was nice of them to take care of me while I was there and make sure that I have everything I need. Good buddies. And so I went to grab some beers, put everything in the car, head over to Pascual. We met just outside the town before we get into the park itself. We went right in. We set up the site. And one of my buddies actually told me that if I need a hand to set up my tent, he can just give him a holler and help me set up. But I was determined to figure out how to set up the tent by myself. Because if I'm going to go camping, I want to go camping by myself and try it out and see how it actually works out. Because this is my first time, and I want to make sure that I do everything myself and see if I actually like it. So the tent, the sleeping bag, the air mattress, and the chair took me about an hour and a bit to set up the whole thing. I did ask I asked my buddy to help me figure out the fly, but overall it went pretty well in my opinion. So we everything was set up. It was getting dark, so we started a fire and we just sat around the campsite. That's when I realized this is actually pretty cool. You're sitting underneath the stars, you got a beer in a hand, fire in front of you, and you got a barbecue while you're on top of your fire. It was awesome. It was the best experience ever. It was a great first night. It was nice and relaxing. I purposely left my phone in the car because I want to give camping a shot of quietness. And all my research I did before going to the camping is like, just be part of nature, be part of the surrounding, and be part of the trees, be part of everything. Leave your tech alone as much as possible. So I did. I left my phone in the car. I checked it every couple of hours to make sure everything was okay. But yeah, I sat in that chair and looked around with my friends, and I realized that I kind of like this. I do like this. I do like this a lot. And the next day, we hiked for a bit, we walked for a bit, we talked, we laughed, we we. I just experienced what to be just just being outside and not worrying about anything outside the campsite. It was a nice and relaxing experience. And for me, that was camp culture. Camp culture for me is being part of nature, being out there. It doesn't matter if you're glamping, cottaging, RVing, I don't care what you're doing. Just be out there. Be out there and experience nature. Experience the sun on top above you, the wind, the sand, the chilly evenings, setting up the fire, everything. Just be part of it. Be at that time. Just be there, right? And for me, going there for the first time and experiencing it, I got hooked. I really got hooked. One thing that actually got me like solidify my love of camping is the camaraderie with other campers. If you walk into the bathrooms, if you're in a campground, so you're walking in the bathrooms and you see people around you doing the same thing or you're passing them, people will say hi. People will say hello. People will give you a hand. People will just be nice. They're there to experience the same what you're experiencing, and their love of camping will show that in there, and their openness will show, and they'll give you the biggest smile. It's like, yeah, we have nothing in common except one thing: camping. And it's such a small community that it just opens they open their arms and say hello and welcome, right? And and if you're having issues with your campsite, you're having issues with your equipment, if you ask someone, they'll come over and give you a hand. That happened to me when I went camping with my family. There was a lady that's setting up in the middle of the night, and she forgot her forgot her flashlight. So we gave her a spot, one of our lights, and let her finish off setting up, getting her meals ready, and getting a fire up and running. And we told her that keep the light until you're ready to leave, just so at least you have a light. And she was very grateful because she was using her headlights from her car to set up her site, and it was pitch dark. And in my opinion, it's one of those things that you walk into it's just community that everyone appreciates. Everyone's there to do one thing, is to enjoy the life, you enjoy the outdoors, right? And for me, being part of that is the best thing ever. For me, started camping in around 2011, 2010, 2011, it made me better as a person, knowing that the places that I go camping in is in danger of like disappearing. I'm not here to preach that everyone has to be environmentalist, but everyone should look at nature as is not a resource, but it's a privilege to have. Some places don't even get the ability to have a beautiful provincial park or federal park or land that you can sit down in the middle of forest, have a fire, have lunch, or have dinner, or a backpack or whatever, and you're just there. Some places you will not have the opportunity, and people do take granted that we have this beautiful beautiful open space that we can call our own, that everyone take care of, And for me, that is camp culture. Camp culture for me is being outside and being part of nature and being part of a community that opens their arms to people hasn't done before, and it's like, welcome. Hopefully you enjoy it. Stay for a while. And for me, that's camping. And if you're planning to go camping for the first time this year or next year or whatever, I encourage you to do it. If you want to do it solo, there's communities out there that can help you get started. If you're going with your friends or family, or for the first time going camping, I encourage you to ask questions, get your first equipment. If you don't want to buy your first equipment, there are plenty of places out there that you can rent equipment for the first time, and it's not going to break a bank, right? What I've done is I opened the comment section on my website for this podcast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link the blog post with this recording, and I want to start having this conversation. I want people to start asking questions. If you have any questions regarding camping, you feel free to ask me. Or if you have any tips or areas for the first timer camping out there, leave your comments there, because it's such an amazing culture, amazing community that it's out there and willing to help. So if you want to check out more of the podcast or more of my tips of going camping for the first time, go to campingwithlenny.com. All the episodes are there, and check it out. It's a great community. I encourage you guys to go camping. If this is your first time, welcome, congratulations. And yeah, I can't wait to welcome you guys to this community. It's a great community. And yeah, that's it. That's all I have. Again, welcome. Oh, one thing as well too. Thank you for being my guinea pig for this episode, for trying up a new setup, because it's interesting. It's everything comes in a small hard case. I'll just press record and I'm ready to go. So hopefully you guys like this episode. Hopefully it sounds good, because I never got a chance to actually listen to this while I'm recording. So, but visit campingwithlenny.com. Leave your comments there in this episode, and I can't wait to talk to you guys. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening. If you like what you're hearing, consider supporting this podcast by buying me a cup of coffee. Link in the description. You can also visit campingwithlenny.com. There you can find other episodes and links that can help you on your next camping adventures. Thanks again.